What is up, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having a great week, a great day, all that great stuff. Hopefully you guys are putting in the work and making your lives better. This is going to be episode 2 of Tuesday Talks, which if you missed last week's video introducing this new series on my channel, it's basically one episode every single week or one video every single week on Tuesdays. And it's just a time for me to be able to let you guys into a little bit more of my day-to-day life and experiences and just kind of let you guys see what it's like just being a normal person, just existing, trying to get better every single day. And instead of me just talking about really important experiences in my life, like in my bigger videos that might have a little bit more of a message behind them, I want these videos to be a little more personal, a little more boring, I guess you could say, but in my opinion, it's still pretty important, especially if I want to grow an audience of people that look to me for advice or look to me for an example of what to do or maybe how to improve certain areas of your life. And so if I don't show you guys that more personal side of my life, then I don't think there's any reason I should be able to give advice on more important topics like happiness, fitness, mental health, all these things. And so that's what these videos are for. It's so that you guys can get a little bit of a closer, in-depth look at what my life looks like on a week-to-week basis. But for this video, I'm going to keep it relatively short. There isn't a crazy amount to let you guys know on. There's nothing big I really changed this week. I've been on the diet, still losing a little bit of weight, trying to get in a really good spot to kind of start the summer off when the warm weather's going, especially with my upcoming move to a climate of way warmer weather, which is a little hint that you guys will see in the future of where I'm moving to with this new job I mentioned about 2 weeks ago. But so I've been dieting down a little bit, working out obviously still very consistently. Workouts have recently been okay. They haven't been great. The past 2 workouts, more noticeably, I've kind of just been out of it. And I believe that's because the past 2 nights, my sleep has been really impacted. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm on my phone a little bit too much before bed, or maybe I'm just stressed out because school and college is wrapping up here in about a week and a half now. And so I have a lot of quizzes and tests that are just coming up, and they're really kind of weighing on my mind in the background. And so those workouts, that sleep really has not been to the standard that I would like them to be. So that is something that I definitely need to improve on in the coming weeks, because it really just isn't optimal to be operating at a level where you're not sleeping great. Then everything else really does take a hit. And I think that's where a lot of people don't realize is that your sleep is probably one of the key pillars to performance in all aspects of your life. Similar to nutrition, I guess you could say, but in terms of like most immediate noticeable effects of the benefits or the harms of getting good sleep versus bad sleep in your day-to-day life, you're going to notice that a lot quicker than if you eat poorly for a week or something like that. That might catch up to you eventually, especially if you do it quite frequently. But the sleep, if you get like 2 nights of bad sleep, you're going to notice that pretty much immediately. So that's something I definitely need to improve on. And I definitely think that if you guys have ran into similar issues, I definitely recommend just do whatever you can to try and get more sleep, more restful sleep. Some things I'll probably do are no longer watching like TV shows or YouTube videos where like kind of my brain is active close to that bedtime, because I've noticed that if I watch a show that I'm interested in, or I watch a video that I'm interested in, my brain is like actually trying to retain information. And if it's 9:30 at night or 10:30 at night, that is really not a good time for your brain to be like active and trying to gain that information from the video. And so that's something I'll probably implement this week, and I'll let you guys know next week how that has helped. Nutrition has been really good this week. My weight is kind of sitting at like 184 pounds, 184 pounds in the morning, which is pretty good. I feel like I'm looking good right now. I probably still have like 2 to 3 weeks left of just like pushing this as far as I can go. But other than that, I really think I've hit the end of the road when it comes to this diet. I've been trying to lose weight, or in the process of losing weight, since like November last year. And although I did it at a slow rate to kind of try and maintain my muscle mass, it's just kind of mentally exhausting. Honestly, you really do get sick of it. And I am sick of kind of not being able to have that kind of energy that I am used to in the gym. Now, it's not so bad that it's like really annoying, but when you have kind of like good to mediocre workouts for months on end, you really do kind of want to get that passion back in the gym. Especially me, bodybuilding is something that is really important to me. So I really do want to kind of transition here pretty soon into a period where I can start pushing myself and actually have that enjoyment, that really just amazing feeling of working out. Another aspect is the school aspect of my life that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Very stressful with exams, quizzes. Just honestly wrapping up school is stressful. Like the concept of being done with college in about 10 days from now is really like kind of mentally weighing on me. As well as, like I said, the quizzes, the tests. I have this one class where I had a quiz today that was worth 5% of my grade, and then next week, literally next Monday, we have a final that's worth 30% of our grade, and it's over the whole semester. So I really think just the workload in that class is starting to catch up to me as I'm like tripping over myself towards the end of this semester. Quiz today was really rough. Honestly, luckily this class does drop one of your lowest quizzes, so unfortunately that's probably going to be gonna have to be the one it is. But my grade right now is like sitting at like an 83%. So going into this final, I really do need to focus and study and all that horrible stuff. I'm really just not a great studier. It's not the way I've gone through the school system. I've always kind of just been present in class and been able to kind of retain important information that way. Just being present in class, understanding the key concepts of it and trying to make sense of it in my brain is a lot easier for me than sitting down and reviewing material late at night or by myself, all that stuff. And so that's definitely something I need to work on this week for this upcoming final. Other than that, my other two classes are not as stressful in terms of like technical, like I need to keep that grade good. But yeah, so essentially that's kind of where I'm at in terms of school. It's a lot right now. Like I said, the idea of just being done, like finishing college, finishing like high school, finishing, like I'm just done with the technical structured sense of learning, and now I am going to transition into a life where learning becomes even more so experience-based, where obviously as you get older, it kind of trends that way anyways. Even in high school and college, like you start learning more of your knowledge through experiences. But after the next 10 days or so, essentially 90+% of my knowledge will be learned from experiences. So that's going to be an interesting concept for me to grasp but I'm also excited for it. I believe that the way I think through things and the way I learn new things, being able to experience those things hands-on or in person, anything like that, will kind of allow me to grasp the concept a little bit better than, like I said, trying to sit down and study a topic, that, especially if I'm not as interested in that topic. So that kind of covers the gym and the school sense. Other than that, my personal life, like I said, has kind of just been boring, going through the motions. This past week I've been selling a lot of my stuff because, like I said, I'm moving here in about 2 weeks. And so that's honestly kind of just stressful, dealing with other people, negotiating, like just trying to get rid of things, like having to meet up with people, like all that stuff can kind of get a little stressful in general. But I think things are going to kind of ease up here, like I said, in about a week. Like I feel like once that last final next Monday is done, a lot of stress is going to come off my shoulders. And as work kind of winds down as well, because next Tuesday is actually going to be my last day at one of my jobs, which is at a car dealership. So not having that every single day work schedule is going to be really nice, because right now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm working every single day. They might not be full shifts, but they are certainly like periods of time that I'm working and trying to get paid. In fact, I'm about to head in and start my shift after this video is being filmed. But yeah, the not having that like every single day obligation is gonna kind of be nice to breathe and understand just kind of where I situate things. I think I've been working every single day for like since the beginning of this year, and it really is a lot, and just kind of being able to see the horizon is more relieving than I think I'm realizing in the moment. But overall, mellow week, stressful week, obviously, but like that's the things you got to deal with. Life is stressful, school's stressful, work's stressful, your goals, your aspirations are stressful. It's just something you deal with. It's just something you work through every single day. And yeah, I will keep working through them like I preach. Practice what you preach. Just keep working through those stressful moments. Keep working hard. Keep showing up every single day. I fully intend to. And I'm interested to see, like, how has your guys' week been? Is there anything that has been happening in your week that maybe I can make a video on in the future? Or maybe you want to hear my opinion on? Feel free to leave it down below in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to either respond down in the comment section, or if it's a topic that I think deserves more explanation, then I'd be more than happy to make a full video on any topic you guys are dealing with. So feel free to leave that down below in the comment section. But overall, I think that summarizes what this week, what this update has been. Like I said, I'm going to keep these short and sweet for the most part, not super heavy, not super like motivational. I don't think there needs to be a big lesson behind each of these videos. I just want to update you guys on kind of my life, what's going on, how I'm dealing with it maybe, and so you guys can understand that I'm a person too. I think that's something that a lot of people are lacking nowadays, especially when it comes to an online presence, is helping others understand that, like, we're all just people. We're all just trying to get to the end line. We're all just trying to, like, enjoy ourselves. We're trying to, like, have a good life, whatever that meaning is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to head into work. Hopefully you guys got something from this video. Hopefully you feel a little more like relatable to me. But feel free to hit that like button, subscribe for future videos. There's going to be another video later this week of a more important topic that I want to film about, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And remember, keep grinding, Keep working hard every single day and make people remember your name. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.